Savvypreneurs and my chat tribe. I want to welcome you to another episode of Not Savvypreneur Podcast because I'm under a new branding name. It is Heal and Thrive Business Hub. So even though this is not the first episode, but it's the first episode under the new name, Heal and Thrive Business Hub. So with that being said, I want to get started because I have a lot of content to cover. I have 30 minutes and your girl can talk. So I want to try to be able to get all of this information within 30 minutes. So cross my fingers, right? And also I have some notes here to keep me on track because again, like I said, your girl can talk. So I'm gonna need my glasses for a minute because I'm kind of blind, but I need to be able to look at the notes. So I don't want all this glare from my ring light on the camera, but just bear with me. Okay, so today's topic what we're going to be talking about is toxic relationships and their impact on your productivity in business, right? And so how does that come across not only with just your productivity, but your decision making when you're in a toxic relationship? Because we have to understand, and I know that there are a lot of women out there that are in relationships and you may be dealing with a partner that is very negative. You may be dealing with a partner that maybe doesn't support you in your business. Maybe they have some type of jealousy thing going on because maybe you're very creative. You come up with a lot of ideas and that intimidates them. And with that being said, how can you really truly show up when the person that, is your life partner, your husband, is not there to support you, not there to encourage you, even when you may be doubting yourself? Because as entrepreneurs, we all go through that point and, in our, whether we're doing a project or whatever it is, is this going to work? Is this something that I'm just, messing around with? Am I really going to see it through? And when that partner is really there to support you, they're going to give you that encouragement. No, babe, you can do it, babe. Go ahead. I believe in you. I'm here to support you. What do you need? Do you need me to help you in any area of, getting it together? And even sometimes that partner, if they are a good partner, they will call you on your BS when you're procrastinating or when you may be picking up one project, not finishing it, but then going to another project. They're like, wait, babe, now I'm here to support you, but you can't be all over the place, right? So really what I'm talking about is a partner that's really not there to encourage you and how that looks when it translates into your business. So with that being said, I really want you to understand the definition of being in a toxic relationship, which we probably know what that definition is. It can come across as manipulative, controlling. It can come across as, basically not speaking good words over you, very negative in nature. Every time you're trying to do something, or maybe even you're successful, say maybe you got a client or something happened that was, you got an order or whatever, and they're like, oh, that's all you got? Oh, why didn't you do this? Or why didn't you charge more? Oh, you could have had more money than that. So it's kind of making you doubt yourself to say, wow, could I have gotten more money? Could I have gotten, a better deal? Could I have gotten more clients? So they're always making you second guess what it is that you're doing. And even if you are a strong-willed woman and you feel as though, well, I can brush that off, I'm not worrying about what he says or he thinks, but that does have some type of impact on your business and really on your psyche, because even if you're not paying attention to what your partner is saying, I'm sure that we all want a partner that's there to support us, even if we have this mindset that says I'm just going to ignore them and keep doing what I'm doing. That's a great trait to have. But at some point, why would we want to have somebody in our life that's negative and not there to support us, even though we can still push ahead and move forward in our lives? That just doesn't balance out. So that's just my opinion. But to me, it doesn't balance out, because if I'm so strong in this area and I'm so positive and I'm a go-getter and I'm out there just killing the game, but I have a partner that's on the side that's really not there to encourage or support me, then what am I doing? Because I'm winning in one area, but in another area I'm settling. So it's basically, the math is not mathing, as they say, right? So again, it can come across as manipulation, control, constant negativity. You can have a partner who constantly undermines your confidence, making you second guess your abilities. And what does that look like? So I printed this out because, like I said, I be having so much information that I want to cover. And a lot of times I can get lost in a thought and then I'm just like, on a whole nother different trajectory. And like, Michelle, you didn't even bring out this point. So after the podcast is over, I'm like, wait a minute, you forgot to say this, you forgot to say that. So I keep notes in order to keep myself in line, because I got to give y'all this information, right? So with that being said, so when your partner makes you second guess your abilities, it directly impacts your business in several ways. So I wrote a list of how it does that. So it can decrease your confidence. It can lead to doubt, hesitation, and making decisions, slowing down your progress, because you're always can be in your head like, should I do this? Shouldn't I do this? So if you have a partner that's never encouraging you, it slows again down your process, right? Impaired judgment, constantly second guessing, clouding your judgment, leading to making poor business choices, reduced productivity, emotional stress, diverts you from the focus of your business task, affecting your overall performance. Because if a person really doesn't want to see you do something, and I just would remember years ago, I would be doing a video, or I would be doing some type of work, and I would have an office, and I would basically say to the person who I was in a relationship with, I'm recording, I would put a sign up on my door, I'm recording, can you please, be quiet, or don't do anything at this time, I'm going, upstairs to record. And I tell you, it didn't matter how much I would let people know or give heads up or whatever. It was just to distract me. I'm like, didn't I just tell you I was recording? Why are you coming up now? You're in the attic closet, you're moving stuff around, or you now all of a sudden you need this, you need that. So it was to distract me and frustrate me. So now when I got ready to do a video, now my train of thought is gone, my focus is off, because now I'm irritated because you're sabotaging my success, because you do not want me to do what it is that I'm trying to do to further myself as well as my family. So when we see certain things like that, and I would just have to really rearrange my schedule to the point of waiting for people not to be home in order to not have that distraction and to have that focus and to make sure that I am doing what I need to do. And then it would come across as sometimes now you're missing things that you need to do, certain things with your business, certain things are being misplaced or being taken. So this way now you're even more frustrated, especially if you're a person who does has a business that carries products, or maybe you need certain items in your business to do certain things, and they will go and they will hide it or they will throw it away. It was something that I needed, and I can't even remember what it was, but I just remember that they threw it away and didn't even ask me, is this something you needed? They just made a snap decision that, oh, well, it was in this closet for this. I don't care how long it was in the closet. First of all, it's my closet. Why would you go and touch something that is mine without asking me? I think that's so disrespectful when a person knows that you're doing certain things and you have your items in your closet. Maybe you haven't touched it in 3-4 months. It doesn't mean that I'm never going to use it. It just means that it's for a later project. But for you to go and make a decision based on something I purchased and you just throw it away, it just goes to show me that you're not for me. So if you're dealing with that type of issue, you really need to basically understand what is happening and how to navigate around that. So let's continue. So also, I think I put avoidance of opportunities, fear of failure or criticism may lead to miss opportunities for growth. So when we're around a person that's always negative, that's always putting us down, that's attacking our self-esteem, or basically not, giving us, that confidence that we can exude when it comes to running our business, it basically will make us miss opportunities, because we'll start believing that, well, maybe I can't do this. Well, maybe, I shouldn't go for this opportunity that's coming up. Maybe, he's right or she's right. Maybe I should just, stay where I'm at. Because a lot of times when a person is not excelling in their lives, right? When a person has hit that plateau where they're just satisfied where they are in their life, but for you, you want more. You are the type of person where you're a go-getter, and they see that once you elevate to a certain thing in your life, or a certain area in your life or phase in your life, they feel as though now they're threatened by that. They're threatened that you may leave them. They're threatened that you may not want to be with them anymore. And as you're evolving, it may be true, because now you're starting to see, wow, me and this person really don't align anymore. Me and this person really don't have the same outlook on life. And it can be draining, when you are trying to achieve something and another person is envious over the fact that you are, just this get up and go person, that you never let obstacles and things, stop you from getting up and getting back in the game, right? So again, and the takeaway that I want to give you for this is, acknowledge the impact. Recognizing the influence of your partner's behavior is the first step. So when you start recognizing certain behaviors, sometimes you have to, again, move and navigate differently. Like I just said, like when I would come to record and I know that this person was basically doing things to distract me, so I couldn't record, so I couldn't do certain things, hiding my things or either throwing things away, then I would have to now start, thinking like, okay, this person doesn't have my best interest, so let me start locking up things. And then it became an issue. Oh, why you gotta lock up stuff in the house? I should be able to go anywhere. Yeah, you should be, but because you just want to be shiesty, I got to lock stuff up because you just want to throw stuff away that is not yours. So it came to that point. So when you are the type of person that has to deal with that, you have to understand, like, are you really growing a business that's going to be successful? Because once you hit that let's say that place or that goal, that now you got the money coming in, you got the income coming in, is that person that you're with, are they going to drain those resources? Because it came to a point in my life where I would see, even when I was starting to excel in certain areas, now my resources were being drained, because now it's like either, oh, I'm not going to pay this bill, or I'm getting this, you're going to have to pay for this, or you're going to have to pay for that. And I'm like, wait a minute, not that I don't mind paying for certain things because I'm already doing that, but why now are you doing this? Why are you acting this way? Because it's like, I don't want you to get so far ahead where now you have that option to now leave me. I want to keep you in a place where, to say that, not to say we're struggling, but I don't ever want you to get to the place where you're thriving in life, where you have the option where you can just get up and go and it's like no problem. But hey, it came anyway. It may not have come the way that I wanted it to come, but it still worked out for the best, right? And the next thing is, another takeaway is to start rebuilding your confidence. Like, focus on your strengths and achievements to counteract any, self-doubt, right? Seek support. Have a group of women, or if you men, have a group of men that is going to be there to encourage you through that. I would always have like 2 girlfriends that I would always call, and they would always know everything that I'm going through. And they was like, Michelle, that's crazy. Like, why is he doing that? Like, that doesn't make sense. And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't make sense, because you know how sometimes it doesn't compute in your mind or in your brain, because on one instance you see them helping you in this area, so you think that they're for you. But then once you start now getting in your groove and start like moving how you want to move, then you start seeing like, wait, hold up, like this doesn't make sense, because you're helping me here, but over here it's a difference. So that's really what makes us kind of confused on like, well, why is this person doing this? Because you're helping me here, but then you're sabotaging me over here. So let's continue. So the next part is an impact on your productivity, right? So constant stress from, your relationship, it plays on your mental capacity. Because if you're, with a person that, like, say you have a budget, maybe you want to go out and you want to buy certain supplies for your business, and because now they don't want that business to flourish, they either, oh, well, why you got to spend all this money on that, and da 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 da. So now you're like, because this is the things that I need, I got orders to fulfill, I got this and that. Oh, well, you don't even know if they gonna come through with it, and you charge too low anyway, because if you would have charged more, then you would have had enough money to do X, Y, and Z. So we're always battling. And I think sometimes, and it's sad to say that, because that mindset doesn't even fit with what I'm about to say. But sometimes we need to, especially if you don't have a partner that's for you, You don't need to tell them everything about your business. You don't need to tell them, what you're making. You don't need to tell them the new clients that's coming in, because if you have to navigate through that type of mentality, then why would you tell somebody that you already know that is not for you? So you have to basically kind of be quiet in that moment. You have to not let them know. Even it's sad, because if you can't let your partner know about your wins, if you can't let your partner know about the things that are important to you or the things where you're succeeding, then really what is the point of being in a relationship like that, where you can't share something that is so important to you and personal to you that you can go out and say, hey babe, let's go out to dinner and celebrate. I hit this milestone in my business, and they're happy, yeah babe, come on, I want to take you out. I want to celebrate you because you're doing good. You're doing the damn thing, right? Instead of you got to sit and be hush mouth and just tell it to your girlfriends or to your guys because the person that you're with is jealous over you succeeding. And that should never be, right? So again, it will have an impact on your productivity. It can even mess with your motivation, where you maybe not even want to get up today and do anything, because even when you are feeling like days where you're feeling low in your energy, or you're feeling like maybe you're having a bad day and you're just feeling like, oh, well, I got to do this. I'm trying to get another client. Do you think that they're going to build you up in that area? They're going to basically put you, well, babe, well, I told you spending all this type of money doing X, Y, and Z. You should just maybe go and do this or do that. But that's not your passion. That's not something that you are passionate about. And a lot of times, so many of you out there have so many gifts. You have a $1 million, multi-million-dollar product, but because the person that you're with, you keep second guessing yourself. You should have that product not only in people's homes, but it should be in stores. It should be in Whole Foods. It should be in Target. It should be in all different types of maybe wellness centers, spas. But because you keep second guessing yourself because the person that you are around is playing on your mental, and you may not think that, but if you just look over I would say the last 5 years of your life and really do some deep dive and say, I could have been here if I would have stuck and stayed with this business, if I would have stuck and stayed with this and seen it all the way through, regardless of this person who I was with, where would I be right now? Where would I be right now? Like I said, and sometimes they can support you, but then they pull that support back, and then you're right back to where you started from. You're right back in that same situation, doing things over and over again, like on a hamster wheel. And we should not be on hamster wheels. We need to basically be living a life of freedom, a life that serves us, a life that makes us happy, right? Okay, so let's go on to the next point, because like I said, your girl can talk and I might not be able to get all the way through this. So I said it does an impact on your decision making, constantly second guessing yourself, struggling to make career moves because of fear of your partner's rejection, because they feel as though, just say for instance, you get, maybe you have some type of organic type of thing going on, and maybe you get a contract with Whole Foods to put that product in Whole Foods, where now you got your name and your labels, and they're looking like, oh wow, oh you think you this, or you think you that now because you doing this, and I remember when, and now they want to bring up all of these other things, right? Avoiding opportunities out of fear of failure or criticism, not applying for promotions out of fear out of your partner's jealousy, making rash decisions to escape negative emotions. And that is so depleting, when you got to make a rash decision because you don't want it to affect your partner's emotion. Like, you got to make a decision that you don't even have time to sit and think, because they're forcing you to make a decision right there, right now, because you want to keep the peace. Oh, I learned the hard way. Let me tell you something. We sometimes as women, I'm not saying men don't go through this, but I'm only telling you my experience as a woman. We as women, sometimes we will be quiet just to keep the peace, but we are still not in peace. Just to keep the peace in the home. Oh, well, I'm not going to say nothing because I just don't want to hear the argument. I'm just going to keep the peace. But you ain't in peace. It's so many times I'm sitting here, but he going along his day, and now he all happy talking to his friends, watching his game, eating his snacks, and I'm in the room pissed off because now I just kept quiet just to not have the argument, but I'm sitting in here and I'm steaming, right? Is that peace? Hell no, it's not peace, right? Then self-sabotage our success, right? A self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Believing that you are unworthy of success due to your partner's negativity, and it should never be. We should not allow a person, regardless of who they are, I don't care if it's a partner, a family member, a child, whoever it is, a friend, we should never allow someone's negativity to make us feel that we're unworthy of success. You are worthy of success. You have gifts, abilities, talents, things that have been put in you from the Most High. So why would you allow someone to basically tell you that you can't become great? Yeah, there's things that we may have to perfect in our business. There's things that we have to learn. And how can you learn under the guise of someone's always being jealous of you, someone's always being negative about you, someone's always doing things to sabotage your success or make you feel some type of way that you can't do this, and you're always second guessing. And sometimes we're creating a business after a business and never seeing it through because we're so much all over the place, because we don't have that, I would say sometimes we don't have that what I want to say, that longevity to just see something through to the end, because the person that we're with is always, from here to there, like from one end of the stick to the other end of the stick. So this is why we can't never settle in on staying that route until we see something come out of it, until we see it really, get to the point where we see the wheels turning and we see it building that momentum. But because, the person we're with is all over the place, we're all over the place. So we have to understand that we have to start making decisions in our lives as well as our business. Like, what do you want out of life? And that's the bottom line, because no one can give it to you. Only you can basically make the decision. And I'm not telling you to, sit here and leave the person you're with. I'm telling you that's a decision that you have to make. If something is not serving you, then how does that translate in your life and your business? If something is not getting you to where you need to be, if something is not making you happy, if something is continue to deplete you, continue to make you not have peace, continue to make you sabotage your success, then really, like, how are you living life? Are you just existing? We were not put here to exist. We were put here to enjoy life. And in order to enjoy life, we have to basically understand, what do I want in my life and what I don't want in my life. And I have to make the hard decision to basically go after what I want in it. And I'm not saying that's an easy decision, because it comes with a lot of transitions. It comes with a lot of sacrifice. It comes with a lot of doing deep inner work to understand why we allow certain things to happen in our lives. And when we get to that point, then we can start doing that work that will help us to get to that place in our lives where we are thriving, right? And that's why this business is called Heal and Thrive Business Hub. So I have this Embrace Your Journey. It is a guide to help you go through like the affirmations. It has questions in it to help you self-reflect, help you to understand certain decisions you make, maybe where your thought process is, helping you to break some of those thought processes that don't serve you. So I will include the link somewhere along here, wherever you're watching this at. So this way you can go ahead and download that. You don't need to sign up for email. It is just, the link is there. You can just go ahead and download it. And then I want to hear from you. If you have some questions, there's a link in my bio that you can go, and there's a questionnaire form, because you can ask me questions based on business, based on, healing from toxic relationships, maybe upcoming podcasts that you want to, hear about based on marketing, our relationships, and I will come and I will either do a podcast or a video around it. So this way you can get the information and you can be well informed. My name is Michelle Williams. I am the founder of Heal and Thrive Business Hub. So I hope that this information has helped you. I will be back with more. So continue to watch, stay tuned, share this, like it, share, subscribe wherever you are, where you're viewing this from, follow, comment, whatever it is that you need to do to basically support me in this, and then share it with someone who needs this information. So have a great day, and I'll be with you again on my next podcast on Heal and Thrive Business Hub. Bye-bye.